Chitra has a client, and one of her client couple, so one of the partner has extramarital affair, and don't assume just because you are a female, don't assume that this extramarital affair is by husband. Wrong, huh? It can be by wife also. Yeah, it is equally there. So if one of the partner has extramarital affair, the person is not admitting, what should we do as a counselor? As a counselor, you will not do anything. You cannot do anything. It is beyond your rights to do anything. Uh, just a second. Huh? A woman is not going to come you and say that, yeah, actually, my husband has extramarital affair. Can you talk to my husband? So if you call her husband and he will say, who are you, lady? Or he will say, do you want to have extramarital affair with me? Yeah. Because you have no right on that husband. His wife has no, is not able to extract the truth. So how you can do that? Yeah. What she, probably this question is related to someone you know, maybe one of your relative has this, and it is beyond the purview of marriage counselor to prove that he has the extramarital affair. If someone is asking you what she should do, she can hire detective service, she can hire a lawyer, she can do what other things, put hidden cameras in her home, and do many things to track her husband or his wife. But marriage counselor is not the correct answer. A marriage counselor will do only 2 or 3 or 5 things. What are those? Number one, so a couple is looking for a divorce. They have decided that they want divorce. They should come to marriage counselor to negotiate their terms because the lawyer doesn't have time for that and the lawyer doesn't want to get into that discussion. And they want to separate out with the terms, negotiate their terms, and with the peace of mind, with minimum psychological trauma. It is going to happen. The number two, the couple want to come together. They want to give it a try. Yeah, very clear intention. Number three, the couple is getting bored or there is boredom, no intimacy, no nothing. So they want to rekindle their passion. Number four, couple know that there is some problem. They will come that there is this problem with us or in-laws problem. This we want some third party to tell us what to do. Number five, they don't know what is the problem. They just keep fighting. Both of them don't know. So in this condition, in this scenario, last scenario, one of this couple will have either bipolar disorder or schizophrenia or psychosis or something, or narcissist personality, and they refuse what is the problem, and they always blame it on the other person that actually you are the problem, and they will make other person believe that you are the problem. Yeah. So this five. Either way, you again your role is not to do the diagnosis who is schizophrenic and all because you don't want to. Yeah. So they have come to you to find the problem. So as a relate pillar marriage counselor, you will do relationship test. You will do relate pillar test. Systematic. First take 13-step history taking. You can watch the video. 13, you got the link today. With the 13-step history taking, you will understand what is a which relate pillar has problem. For that relate pillar, you will use test. It can be 3 or 4 relate pillars. For each relate pillar, you will need 5 sessions. So you will engage the couple for around 20 sessions. Every session, after every session, you will give couple therapy activities. So this relate pillar couple therapy, there are 300 couple activities in your syllabus. So whichever you think is suitable for this couple, for this particular relate pillar, you will ask this couple, okay, these are the 15, you can open the book in front of the client and ask, okay, I have these activities, which one you want to do? Or which 3 activities you want to do? As an assignment for next 2 days, 3 days, 1 week before your next meeting. But tell them, even if you don't do that, you still come back to me. Because if they don't do, they are going to be afraid to face you. So you say, even if you don't do, it's okay. Even if you fail this activity, it's okay. It's a failure is the part of this activity. You have to fail some activities. You're supposed to fail. You're supposed not to do. Okay. Now, this part is a very difficult part that there is an infidelity by someone. Okay. Now there are 2 aspects. One aspect is this other person is not able to forgive. The other person has the guilt, the shame. What I was lacking, what I didn't do. He or she went outside, and there is a shame. Yeah. So they are not able to disclose to others also. Huge betrayal trauma. Imagine that someone tells you before marriage that person will marry you and doesn't marry you. Lifetime trauma you are going to have. So imagine you trusted someone, you married someone, that someone goes outside, sways. So you are going to have a huge trauma. Here, this person, you need to understand why this person is doing it. Is it addiction? Is it a habit? Is it there since a long time, only came to know now? Yeah. Or is it because there is some problem here? Yeah. Sometimes after delivery, so some women develop pain. Because of that, intimacy is gone. Sometimes because of hormonal changes, because of some depression or other things or stress, one partner loses interest because of that can be. What is the problem? Yeah. And another maybe something else. You need to identify what is it that you are doing it. If this person is ready to talk. Here, one of the important factor is you have to overcome your emotional trauma. You have to overcome your grief and you have to forgive. Next time, this person, if you decide to stay in this marriage, next time this person behaves good, you cannot shout at this person. You cannot show your anger now when this person is good. Otherwise, this will continue like this. Okay. So it has to be, can you move? Question is, can you move beyond repentance? Okay. So for this person will need a lot of psychodynamics and experiential psychotherapy healing. This person will need sessions of neuroplasticity to change the synaptic connections. Yeah. So that the same trigger happens, something similar happens, or the partner talks something else, there is no trigger. You don't respond you don't react. Okay. So that's why you need neuroplasticity. You need experiential psychotherapy to erase those traumatic memories, to replace those traumatic images. You need to forgive this person, release this person. Okay. Then for this person, once you identify what is the emotional trauma, the one who has committed infidelity, that person has to forgive himself or herself also, right? And accept the marriage, accept the other person, whatever that other person is. Many of the time, someone is looking for outward relationship for two reasons, most common. One of the reason is not for physical intimacy, but for emotional connection, very strong. And number two is because they don't feel good about themselves, to prove themselves that they are good enough. So they look for fun outside, multiple, promiscuous behavior. Obviously, there can be number three factor, sociopath, narcissist, and psychopaths. They have the tendency for this promiscuous behavior. If you see what are the common conditions which causes promiscuous behavior, there are two conditions in psychology. One is related to narcissism, grandiosity, and schizophrenia or schizoid personality. And the second is bipolar disorder. Someone who has a bipolar disorder goes through a depression phase and not feeling good, everything dark. Now, when comes out of the depression phase, gets into the manic episode, that episode is binge. That episode is without any constraint, without any restraint. Okay. Binge shopping, binge alcohol, binge promiscuity, all risky behaviors. Yeah. So there is a difference between attention seeking and narcissist. So you have to understand that. So when you read the book, in the third part of the book, the family therapy part, you will learn what is the effect of divorce, what is the effect of bad marriage, what is the effect of leaving the marriage on individual, what is the effect of good marriage on the individual, plus children also. You will also learn there are some women or husband, they come with some complaints and they say, I don't know what to do, whether to leave or stay. So there is a 6th question in the book. If you are able to sincerely answer this 6th question, you can decide objectively. As a marriage counselor, you have no right to give your own judgment. I think you should do that. You are no one to think. No one has given you the right to think for someone else. They have to decide for their own. Now they have come to you to take your help to decide, to make a decision. For that decision, there are 6 questions you will ask the person who wants to leave. So we call it abusive relation. What is abusive relation? These are the criteria. When should you leave the abusive relation? These are the criteria. So you read in the family therapy part of the book. Then what are the questions you need to ask yourself very objectively and ask her to write down in front of you answer to these 6 questions. If you are sincerely answering this question, that decision comes in front of you whether you should leave this abusive relation or stay in it. Now, someone may have extreme abusive relationship, including physical abuse and all, but she may decide to stay in the relationship because of her social reasons, financial reason, taboo, cultural reason, all those family reason. You cannot influence her because you are not going to take her to your home. You are not going to provide her money or shelter or anything. Yeah. So don't do that. So allow her to fill these 6 questions and objectively write the answers. Okay. And don't think a woman is coming to you or a husband is coming to you, single person, for marriage counseling. Don't think two radicals. One, you cannot help. That is wrong. No, you can still help that person. Number two, that the person who has not come is at fault. No, there is a possibility that the person who has come to you is actually a narcissist. And a narcissist doesn't know they are narcissist. They always think the other party is at fault, right? They believe actually. It can be that this person is a bipolar disorder. During depression, you spoil your relationship. Then when you are maniac, again you spoil your relationship. And you do not know that you are the one spoiling the relationship. Yeah, this person can be schizophrenic. So you have to be careful. You know, bipolar disorder 50%. So in any marriage, one person is at least. Yeah. Never run the screening test for bipolar disorder on your spouse. You will most likely fail. 50% chance. Either one of you fail. Yeah. How many of you think you have a bipolar disorder? You call it mood swings. Yeah. Oh, you have the cycle in the month and you. So remember that there is a good possibility that your diagnosis may be. I will take the book just a minute. Okay. So I will ask some questions just for fun and opening up your thought process. Okay. You get a couple, a client, where the wife is talking negative about the husband to her children. How will you manage this? Write down the chat. You know what is happening here is the serious problem. Here you cannot take a side whether he is wrong or he is right. What this woman is doing is wrong actually because she is inciting her children against the father. Yeah. If you have so much problem with that husband, with that father, you should move out of that relationship. You should move out of that home. Yeah. And inciting child against a father means you are breaking that bond. Child will grow up and try to find a replacement. If it is a female child, girl child, she will always try to find a replacement. If it is a boy child, he will feel that father is not there. Absent father. Concept of absent father. Yeah. Now, if a husband talks negative or disrespectful in front about for the is disrespectful to the wife in front of children, he's not creating a damage to his relationship only. He's creating a damage to his children. The third aspect, most of you get marriage counseling clients. When you talk to the woman, they will say, I will not allow my child to meet this man. Yeah, actually, he can have another child from another woman. Don't forget that. Yeah. The important is whether your child can have another father. You understand? So you have to make this woman realize that the time will go. Maybe you may patch up after 2 years, or maybe you may separate. But this critical time of childhood will go away. This child will have absent father, which is very damaging for future relationships, socio-economic growth, education, psychological growth. Yeah. You don't want to create that damage. Okay, that fight is between you. The child needs. Yeah. You have seen this is the most common case. Now, when the father is influential or something is there, then the father may prevent the children to meet the mother at all. Yeah. Or win the single custody, not allowing the mother to meet the child. It happens many cases. Okay. So the child is growing with absent mother. With absent mother, the love is gone, care is gone, a monster is nurturing. Yeah. So there is a chapter in the book, absent mother, concept of absent mother. There is an impact on the girl child separately, impact on boy child separately. Okay. So you read that chapter. Do you want to know what are the questions you should ask a couple before you decide to leave a relationship, abusive relationship? Not the couple actually, the someone who wants, the victim who wants to leave the relationship. Yeah. Now, how do you decide whether you should stay or leave? This is a very difficult question. You cannot take that decision. That decision, the responsibility has to lie with the client only. You are not their parents. You don't know them. You don't know their social scenario. You will not take that decision because someone is going to get blamed. Whatever decision this person takes is going to turn out to be bad actually. Okay. And that person will blame on others. So you tell the client, no, I will not take that decision for you, but I will tell you 5 questions. In the new edition, there is a 6 question. This will help you to decide on your own whether you want to stay in the relationship or leave. What are the benefits of staying in this relationship? Write down very systematically and realistically. What are the benefits of staying in this relationship? Whether whatever it is, you have the roof, you have emotional support, you have financial support, you are getting food to eat, you are getting to meet your children. Maybe if you leave, you will not get. Maybe you are addicted to the abusive relationships and daily fights that you cannot digest food without fight. That is your addiction part. That is your benefit. Maybe you enjoy what is happening. Yeah. So whatever is the benefit of the relationship, staying in the relationship. So there is infidelity. The woman stays in the relationship, have a blind eye because all the comfort zone is there. Yeah. And she doesn't have other backup. The second question is, what are the problems or emotional trauma in present relationship? So what is your problem? Why you want to leave the present relationship? Yeah. So you will write problem statement, then you will write what is a issue. Then divide this issue into 3 parts. Whether it is a critical issue that if it is not solved, you will leave this relationship. Is it real? Is it a compromisable issue? You or the other person can compromise. Third, is it a silly issue, non-issue, non-realistic issue? She is talking very nonsense. Okay. So he talks on phone in the evening. So do you have a proof that he's talking to a woman? If no, then it's okay. His parents should not live with us. Yeah, he cannot throw his parents away. So this is not a critical issue. This is a compromisable issue. So you will have to compromise. He will also have to compromise. Parents will also need to compromise. So there needs a meeting with all of this. What are the benefits after divorce? So after divorce, what are the benefits? Yeah, number one benefit is alimony. Number two, probably you will call yourself a single mother, single father, and be proud because you want to prove to the world that you have done that. Freedom to have multiple partners, freedom to things which you have not done. There are people who will answer this, okay? Yeah, they would like to have a relationship outside and they feel suffocated. There are, yeah. So newly married, some clients you will find very soon. That market is happening now. And the benefit is staying with parents, taking care of parents, pursuing own dream and something. Okay. Many women think that her dream, her career is when she gets the freedom from the clutch of her husband. Actually, she is looking for clutch freedom from the clutch of her father, actually, because the father or the mother was so controlling, she never got the freedom. And now after the marriage, she feels that okay, this person also is controlling me. So her since childhood, she wanted to free herself from the clutch of her parents. So she will transfer her anger, frustration on her husband. There are some women who do not have skills, who do not have what it takes to do something. They have just big ambitions. I will do one day with this. They will not act on it. I will prove myself. I will be independent. I will earn money. Not a single step she's taking. She's just dreaming. Huh? Lazy, ambitious people. They spoil their life. And they leave their husband. The husband is earning. I had one receptionist with me. Receptionist, yeah. She's not a manager also. Her qualification is BE engineer. Okay. She came to me for the interview and I realized that this is a crackpot, but okay, I need one decent looking receptionist. Okay, take her. So she was taking a grand salary of 10,000 per month. One day, just I asked her, how is your scenario at family? Yeah. Because she was wearing good clothes. She had an iPhone. So I just asked, how's scenario? She said, yeah, my husband has a business. So I said, what is his business? So he said, he's a real estate agent. No, real estate company. So he sells flats. I said, what is his name? I have met this person. He has come to sell me also. So he is having 100 crore per year business. And this woman wants to become independent. So she's earning 10,000 grand, yeah, per month. Yeah. And trying to prove that she's so independent. But actually the clothes which she's wearing is purchased by the husband. The iPhone she is taking is purchased by the husband. The bill of the phone is purchased, paid by the husband. What independence you are trying to prove? Yeah. And that too earning 10,000. So that was a good, yeah. 1 month after that, I never saw her. I don't know where she ran away. She was guilty of realizing that what horrible thing she has done. You know, you those who know me very well, I'm not a diplomatic person. If I see someone stupid, I say, yeah, actually you're stupid. So I told her very politely, I never seem such a dumb human being. Okay, right? Someone has misguided you. If you have affair outside and you leave your husband, I accept you, respect you at least, because you had the affair outside. That was a reason. But for you to do a job of 10,000 rupees, a receptionist job, where your husband's receptionist is getting more salary, this is not good. This is not good. You should not do. Okay. And probably you don't know what your husband's receptionist is doing with him. She was like, yeah. So I was like, yeah. So you need marriage counseling. Don't worry. But before that, you will need psychology counseling for your schizophrenia. You are thinking you are grandiose by earning 10,000 rupees. You think you are earning much more. Then after 1 month, she didn't come. Her documents are still with me. Original documents. Yeah. Hmm. What are the benefits? Then we had to courier her documents to her husband address and write a letter that you had a job of 10,000 per month, and now you should take back your documents, and your 1 month salary is pending. You can take it whenever it comes. Probably after that, the husband, I don't know what happened to is because of embarrassment. Yeah. Then I will tell you what happened. 1 year after this, again, this husband met me. I just, for he is into real estate business, so obviously he meets people. So I just asked him, how is your everything at home? He said he got a new wife. Okay, new wife. He got a new wife. I asked, did you divorce? New wife has come. Okay, very good. So that psycho woman, the psycho girl, at the age of 24 years, because of her so much freedom aspiration, she lost everything in the life. And after doing her B, she is working as a receptionist. Yeah. So you understand. So all those women who want to make their own independent identity and remove their husband, they fail. Correct way is once you're married, take the help of your husband. Yeah. And then grow. Yeah. If you are not into business, obviously it is going to be the different career path. But take the help of your husband to grow further. Don't try to prove to your husband. Yeah. If you wanted to prove yourself, you should have done it before marriage. All of you know me very clearly that I always support women for their independence. Yeah. So you have heard my pravachan of that after marriage, after children, women sacrifice so much. So you need to come back again, but not at the cost of family, not at the cost of peace in life. Okay. Take the benefit. If your husband has money, you should take the benefit of your husband to earn more money. What stupid. You want to go and scrub the utensils to earn money. What stupid. I never understood this concept. Ah, what are the barriers? So what are the barriers? What are the benefits after divorce? So you write very realistic. So this answer will give you understanding whether this person is having some issue. Okay, they are unrealistic. People write in this answer, they will have freedom for, yeah, no stoppage to anything. So what are the barriers preventing you to leave? So what are the present barriers that is stopping you to leave? That barrier may be social taboo, parental pressure, financial issue, children, education, still love is there, whatever. Yeah, a place to live or whatever is the issue. So you write down everything and anything. Last question is very important. What is your support system? When you move out of this relationship, this house, what is your support system? Parent, emotional support, moral support, financial support, the food, the stay, children education, the fees, your personal growth if you are career aspiration. Yeah. So you have to ask all these questions and be realistic. Sometimes some women they will say, actually, I have a friend there. Actually, she might take me. No, she will not take you. She knows you are how psycho you are, and she doesn't want to help you. Call her right now in front of me. Check whether she will take you. I think my brother will keep me. Yeah, your brother will keep for 2 days. His wife will leave after third day. Yeah, and he himself will tell you get out after 1 day because he has seen you since childhood. What are you? Sometimes some women say that, yeah, I want to stay with my parents. So then you have to understand whether it is a nuclear family, joint family, parents, or what is the scenario and all those things. You ask the questions, poke up the questions, write down your answer. Yeah. Be very realistic. If someone says that I think, I assume, no, you're not allowed to think, you're not allowed to assume. You call that person, check whether that person is your real subject. Sometimes some people, what they do, they apply on naukri.com, they get an email that this is opening place, and they assume that this opening email is the job opportunity they are getting, and that is their worth. For example, if you get an email of there is an opening of or a position of 60,000 per month salary. So they start assuming that they are going to get 60,000 per month salary. No, your level is 10,000. You are not going to single interview. You are not cleared a single interview. You apply to 10 places, 5 emails you got. All those 5 emails are the spam mails, bulk email. Yeah, it is not your value. So you have to ask her, what was your previous salary? I tell you the example. Recently, I had a client from US. She was of Indian origin, now US passport and all those things. Husband settled. She, her daughter married. So she was started talking and about her husband. That husband is very narcissist, sociopath, and all. And I was like, yeah, I understand, I agree. So yeah. So I also thought, yeah, actually she must be in trouble. Then I was like, okay, what is your future plan now? So she said, I'm looking for a job. I don't mind a job where I will get around 100,000 salary, dollars. So I asked, what is your education? Just to confirm. She said she has done some graduation or something. What was your previous job? Working as a librarian, okay, in a community library in US, okay. I said, what? How much you were getting there? 100,000 salary per year is MBA, top university salary. Cornell University or top universities, those MBAs, they get this salary. And you as a graduate, you after 20 years of your career break, having experience of 10 years working as a librarian in a community library, earning 6,000 or maybe whatever, and you think you're going to get 100,000. You are not going to get. That is your need because you are accustomed to that lifestyle, because of that person, your husband. And that's why you are saying you don't mind 100,000. You don't mind, yes. But the hiring person is going to mind. They don't want to give you. They can hire similar to your qualification 10 girls at 21 years of age. You are a 50-year-old lady. Yeah. And she said, yeah, then I will look for something in India. I said, yeah, that is a valid option. Yeah, if you have some relatives in India, you can look for a job. For your qualification, 20-30,000 is decent enough salary. She was like, no, if I come in India, I would like a salary of 60,000. And I don't mind if someone pays me for my travel to US and India. Hey, this woman is psycho complete. She doesn't mind a company paying her to and fro travel. Why company will pay your to and fro travel? And why you need to do to and fro travel? If your husband is a monster, you are living his home, your daughter is already married, she's not coming to meet you. And why do you need to visit US? She couldn't answer that completely, carefully. And my style is like, I told her very frankly, you don't mind, but everyone in India will mind. There is a 21-year-old girl who's ready to work 10 hours job for 10,000 rupees. She is MSc, she is PhD. And what are you talking nonsense? That you don't mind 60,000 salary. No one is going to give you. And no one has intention to pay your travel. And you don't need to travel. So then she disclosed that she has her sister here, has a school of the sister. So I said, why don't you call your sister and ask for a job there as a teacher or an assistant or a chaprasi or a maid? You can sweep the floor, 10,000 rupees you can easily get. You can do the teaching. If you think you can get a job of 100,000, so she said, yeah, I talked to her. Then she said, I will get back to you. I said, you understand what is your level? You're not good enough for Domino's delivery boy also, or a girl also. You're good enough for cleaning the utensils. You should find that job and target those jobs only. Okay. And don't think of leaving your house until you get a job. She was like, complete crazy. She said, actually, I'm planning to leave this present house in by next month and find a place for myself to live separately, even if it's a small place. I don't mind. She was like, so fancy talk. I don't mind. Hey, but people mind you keeping you. Yeah. Where is your money? Where are you going to pay the rent? For her, the living lifestyle standard is so high that she has to earn $100,000 to maintain that lifestyle. Huh? And she's expecting she will get. So you have to be very realistic. How much you are going to earn? What is your social support? Is your sister going to keep you? is your family going to keep you? Because they also know that there is some problem. Yeah? If they would wanted to keep you, they would have done it already. You have to tell her very frankly and ask her to write down. At the end, by this session was concluded with this woman, I concluded that this woman has a serious issue. There is a, and actually husband might be correct actually. And this person is that. I asked her, what is your husband profile? She said that he's at the CEO level, earns this much money and everything. Then, and he behaves like this. So she mentioned some symptoms which I cannot understand actually. Okay. And understand means I cannot relate that a CEO person will do that. Okay. So she said that when my daughter comes to visit us, even if she comes for 1 month, my husband beats her and abuses her and all those things. Even after marriage, that's why she's not coming. So I said, you are in US, right? So why don't you file a case against your husband? Yeah, you will get his complete property. Technically, you will divorce him. He will go to jail. Even without going to jail, you will get his complete property. What is stopping you? Then she said, no, I'm not that person that I will do such thing. I was like, hey, get out here. I was like, okay, my session is done, 1 hour. I cannot help you further. No one can help you further. You do whatever you want. Huh? Most likely, this woman will commit suicide in next 6 months because she is hopeless and she has spoiled her own life. So I cannot believe that in US someone is beating and abusing a married daughter. Okay, yeah, and that's why the married daughter is not coming frequently. Yeah? I cannot believe that. And this woman wants divorce. Then why don't you? This is a good opportunity to utilize it. What do you think is the diagnosis of the woman? Hmm. No, my point is, if she has so much trouble with the husband, if she has so much problem with the husband, why doesn't she file a FIR? Why doesn't she go to women protection? It's a US. Single call will do everything. Yeah, she will get the complete property. Yeah, she will get a new husband, a new young husband. She will get. Yeah, so she's just playing. Now enough of she. Now we will kill he. Okay. Now we will do one case study where we have to kill he also. Yeah. Okay. Have you seen some clients, maybe at your home, you experienced this, or someone in your home has experienced this. So you don't do something, you are correct. Then other person suddenly has aggressive behavior, shouts at you, very frustrated, and shows anger on you. And when you say, hey, what is the matter? What is the issue? This is completely outburst, no reason at all. Okay. And then you ask this person, what is the issue? This person will build up some story and you will not understand, hey, when did happen? What was it? Hey, what are you talking nonsense? And this person will say in such intensity, you will also start believing. Actually, there is a good possibility as a, but has it happened with you or someone behind you saying that yes, it happened with me in your camera? Huh? Has it happened with you? Have you seen such victims? So the person who is manipulating this is gaslighting. So making you believe that you are at fault actually, the person is manipulating you. They are taking control of your life. These are extremely narcissist, sociopath, and psychopath people. You have to be very careful with these people. They are going to make you believe you are the culprit. You are the monster. Because of you, the marriage is getting broken. You are the problem of their unhappiness. Yeah. But actually, they are the problem of everyone surrounding them. Have you seen such cases? If it is at home, you can blink your eyes. So no one knows you are victim. 10 times eyes blinked. Okay. It happens, when you see this narcissism is more common in, okay, you should read in the book. Audience will not like this answer. Now, all those students who are lawyers, there is a serious problem. When a couple comes to you, you think of in a lawyer term. Yeah, your thinking is directly either divorce or what do you want. So no, dear. There is a first step, marriage counseling, and don't think in the lawyer's perspective. That what happens is, when a lawyer obviously he has to take his side, and then he is going to utilize one information for the sake of other. So when you're doing marriage counseling, you have to be unbiased, non-prejudice. Yeah, you cannot take one side. That is why the relate pillar test, every time it is written in the test, you cannot share the results with the client, and it has no legal standing, because around 60% students for marriage counseling are lawyers. So don't use this relate pillar for your legal cases. Okay. It's written in the disclaimer that this relate pillar test have no legal standing. If you, obviously you are a lawyer, you can use it, manipulate any statement anyway. You still are free to do whatever you want. Yeah. There is one case study we'll discuss in some other class. It's anyone has any question till now? There are stories in this book. Yeah. So you read the stories to your clients that will engage them. If you want to drive some point, then also it is a good idea to read the stories. Just a second. So there are 25. Chitra has asked an interesting question. It happens many times. There are some clients who start shouting at each other, fighting. So you have to stop the session. You have to tell them that if you want to fight, if you want to shout, you can go home and do it. You have come to me for helping you open up the communication, so that I am a neutral person. I will help you open up the communication, but whatever you want to communicate through me, right? If you really want to fight, you can go home and no need to take my help. You have to stop the session abruptly. Don't try to get involved in the fight, and don't try to get near any of them. Don't take any side. Yeah, you are not the relative. And if you are doing the marriage counseling for your relative, that's a bad idea, because one person will always think you are biased. One person will always be manipulative, and one person will always be defensive, and you are actually going to be biased, and they are not going to open in front of you, right? And they will behave like what they behave in front of you, because you are not the third party. They are not ashamed to show their inner monsters. They are not ashamed to show they are fighting animals. So you should not do marriage counseling for your relatives. If any relative comes to you, you tell them, I will talk to my sir, allocate you another marriage counselor, it will charge you. But Chitra, you call me separately. And regarding Charu's question, what to say when either of the spouse is passing sarcastic comments in front of the outsiders? Okay. So this is a compromisable issue, correct? So, but you are very systematic. You don't come to the conclusion. What you do, you run first relationship test. So Sushil has diagnosed, oh, respect. So we will do relate pillar test for respect. Take 5 sessions. Then there are around 20 activities for respect. You give them homework of these 20 activities. At least 5 activities you do. Give them 5 activities so that they feel engaged and involved. And you can see whether they fail, whether they do, whether not do. That shows how much they want to repair. Then you have to tell them, both of them, what is your problem? You want to continue disrespecting her? You want to continue passing sarcasm? She will be unhappy. If she's unhappy, you are unhappy. What is your problem? Yeah. You want your children to be unhappy. You want your children to grow like this with this example. Yeah. Learn same thing. Yeah. When they grow older, they will pass sarcasm on you also. They don't understand you are a husband or wife. They're learning. They're going to pass sarcasm on their spouse. Do you want that? See, you spoiled your life, but you can still repair it because it is not a critical issue. So you explain them. See, there are 3 issues in the relationship. Critical issue, oh, you have to leave the relation now. Okay. Compromisable issue, either you and both, someone can compromise or both can compromise. Non-issue means that is not an issue at all. So here, she cannot tolerate more that you pass sarcasm. So you will have to change. That is a monster behavior. Yeah. Try to be human being. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm going to train her how to do sarcasm. Yeah. So the other part is you train her how to manage the sarcasm. What is a weakness? What is your weakness? Whatever is your weakness, I will train her on that part. How to control you. If the husband does passes sarcasm on the food, you should cook the very good food that pigs cannot eat. Yeah. If your husband passes sarcasm about your education, you should stop doing anything and everything and enroll for a full-time course, not online or distance, full-time, because you want to prove to your husband that. Okay. If your husband is passing sarcasm about your looks, you should immediately take your card, credit card, and buy costly clothes. Join a gym. Joining gym is important. Going gym is not, I'm not talking go to gym. Yeah. So objective is to spend his money to prove that you are trying to look better. Yeah. Buys costly clothes. Join most costly gym in the, yeah. Join Zumba class. I'm not saying go there actually. Yeah. Just join. Just pay the money. That proves that you are trying it. Yeah. Because you are so dedicated wife, you can do anything for your husband, even if it involves buying costly clothes on his credit card. So train this woman. How should she do? If he is passing sarcasm for her parents, so there may be other ways. I will tell you one story. I was a child and I was watching one Marathi movie, and the movie name was something like, some Devi or something like very worshipped or something like that. So the story revolves around a victimized daughter-in-law. Okay. The daughter-in-law is so nice till the end of the movie, till the last minute. The daughter-in-law is so nice. She does all the work at the home. She's Marathi movie, yeah, a village. She scrubs the utensils. She looks good. She manages children. She cooks food and everything. And continuously, her mother-in-law is taunting her, abusing her, saying things which are very bad. And all the neighbors, there is a compound wall, big high compound wall. So all the neighbors, they cannot see inside what is going on. And all the throughout the movie for 3 hours, 3 hours, you can hear that this mother-in-law is so terrible. She's talking nonsense and she's abusing and she's telling her so much work and she's doing this and that. Okay. And everyone, all these 3 hours, you develop the sympathy for this daughter-in-law. She's so nice. She's doing so much work. And this mother-in-law is such a monster, continuously talking, continuously abusing, and continuously taunting her, talking of her parents and very bad. Then our hero, there is a hero, the storyteller. Yeah. Then he gets a job in the city. So before he is worshipping this daughter-in-law, like, where do you get such a daughter-in-law? Where do you get such wives? Yeah, such a beautiful heart, such a endurance. She can bear so much pain. 24 hours nonsense, this mother-in-law she's talking. So when before he goes for a job into the city, he decides, today I will go, and every day I have been worshipping this Devi Pranam. I have been doing from the behind the walls. Today I will go and overlook from the wall and have her darshan and then do pranam like this. This was the last minute of the movie. And you see, there is a woman who is scrubbing the utensils, this daughter-in-law, and she's doing all the funny faces to taunt her mother-in-law. And that's why this mother-in-law is saying this. So then he realizes, no, the real monster was daughter-in-law actually. Yeah. So it's not that she has to speak out, say something to his parents to offend them. She can do things. All those acts she can do. There is no recording. There is no proof she has done anything. And she can always say, I didn't do it. Your parents are like, your parents are so bad. They're blaming me. I did this. Oh. Yeah. So all this training you have to do to this wife. So I have answered your question, Charu. Yeah, you like this answer? You're going to use this tactic now, or you are going to train your clients to use this tactic. So without being sarcastic, you can do a lot of things. Without talking, you can do a lot of damage. And that damage is going to be far, far more. Okay. There are medicines which are much better than that, Markham. So relate pillar. So there are 25 relate pillars: communication, trust, respect, compatibility, emotional intimacy. So in previous book, I had not mentioned emotional. I had only mentioned the intimacy part. But now I divided into uh, physical intimacy and emotional intimacy. Conflict resolution skills, commitment, individual independence, quality time, how much you spend together. So in the previous, there was like time spent together, but now I divided into, again, separated into, one is quality time and second is space. Sometimes you need a separate space. Yeah. Sometimes you need quality time together. So financial compatibility, adaptability, shared values, empathy, friendship. So friendship, I'm talking within the relationship. When we talk of space, then we talk of, yes, you can have friendship outside, but that has to be within the boundaries. Affection and intimacy. So when I say affection and intimacy, it is physical. There is a emotional intimacy earlier. Common life goals. This is the new addition actually. So whether you have common life goals, okay. One person dream is to buy Maruti Suzuki 800. Other person dream is to buy Mercedes. So now who is the paying person? So there is a serious issue now. Support. Now it may be that the paying person, the person who can afford, wants to buy Mercedes after 2 years. But this other person has a small dream. She wants, or he wants 800. Want it today. There is going to be the conflict. But it is still a compromisable issue. Support. Providing each other moral, emotional, practical support. You write an article, you publish it on hard to paper, and your husband says, what's a big deal? For you, it is a big deal, na? Yeah, because you wrote that poem, you had no recognition. Now you got the recognition, you are crying in tears. So that is the success for you. So your spouse has to support you. Wow, very good. I'm proud of you. You got fired from the job, and your spouse says, see, you have been fighting with me so much, that's why you got the punishment from me. Yeah. So, forgiveness, teamwork, humor. So, there are some people who are so serious. If you appreciate them, they will think that you have some motive to appreciate them. Okay. If you tell them certain thing that you did this wrong, they will take it so personally. How dare you treat me? And they will try to prove themselves right. You touch them, they will feel that you have poked them with a needle. So there are yeah. So humor is very important. Criticism, how you handle criticism, how you criticize your spouse, and how you accept your feedback, and how do you give feedback. Love. What is your style of expressing love? Some people, their expression of style of love is care. I care for you. Some people expression style is intimacy. Some people style is provision. I'm going to provide you. Some is verbal, which is strong. If a person says you, I love you, and doesn't demonstrate in the action, believe in the action. That person has no intention of loving you, is not loving you. That person is here. Yeah. In next class, I am going to tell those test studies. Today, I don't have courage to say that. This case studies. I have noted down, but I don't know somehow what happened. Understood. So care, your style of expressing care. How to express your care? Arguments, acceptance of differences in viewpoints, abusive words, disrespect during arguments. How do you argue? Whether you argue as a human being, whether you argue as corporate people, very politely, gentle, diplomatic. You do not understand what they're talking, whether they're arguing or not. Yeah. Or you argue like wild animals. You fight at each other, abuse you through words, you bring your parents, you abuse your parents, or you start physical fights. Or sometimes you use knives. Okay, fine, absolutely. Don't use bullets. Yeah, because it leaves traces. So you can use knives, no problem. And parenting style. How is your parenting style? Trust with your child, listening to the child rearing. Then now problem is that someone may come from a very strong parenting or bad parenting or monster parenting style. And this person comes from a very liberal parenting style. So again, there is going to be huge conflict. Okay. Now, can you do all these tests before marriage? No, actually. Yeah. So according to us, marriages are made in heaven. So you cannot do any of this test in the before marriage, and you should not do. Why I tell you? Any couple coming to you from premarital counseling, they already had everything in their life. They already have committed to each other and decided to get married. After that, they come to you for premarital counseling. Now, your objective is not to tell them, no, you are not compatible, separate out, you find different person. Your what they are looking is endorsement. Yeah, I found someone. Can you please approve this person to me? My parents are saying bad person. So I need one approval that this person is still good. So no, my dear, I'm going to do yes what you want, but at the end that realization will happen with you only. There is no test for that. So whatever client is coming to you, client is coming to you for approval, do it. Client is coming for separation, do it. Client is coming for coming together, do it. Don't try to influence the decision of the client. Okay. Now, if premarital counseling, someone comes to you, yeah, I want you to rule out this person. They say, I don't do it. This, yeah, that you should go to astrologer. They will do a better work to rule out your person. Yeah. And that's also good business. So if you are into marriage counseling plus astrology, that's a very good business, better than actually marriage counseling and law business. Because this astrology will be useful for break, for coming together, for finding new person also. There are stories for each of the related pillar. You read those stories. There are around 30 questions. You do that. Yeah. Anyone any question or any case study? Anyone else? So in the book, when you read, first is you will read the 13 step marriage counseling history taking structure. Okay, sorry. 13th step, structured history taking for marriage counseling you will do. Then second is relate pillar concept and relate pillar test. Third, you will read family therapy. What is the effect of absent father, absent mother? What is the impact of abusive relationship? When should you leave the relationship? How to leave? Yeah. How do you know that you are in abusive relationship? People don't know that they're in abusive relationship. Yeah. So you have to realize yourself. For realizing yourself, don't say that, hey, I think you are in abusive relationship, leave that relationship. So for abusive relationship, you have to do the test to ask them, yes, you are. You ask some questions. There are signs. Then before leaving the abusive relationship, you have to ask yourself 6 questions. Whether are you prepared to leave this? Yeah. Anyone has any question? Which painting you like more? This one, lonely versus couple. Which one you liked? Write down in the chat. Comment which one you liked. Lonely versus couple. Yeah. Even if you like lonely, it's absolutely okay. Don't try to prove others that you like couple. So absolutely okay. This is your private space. She still has her someone in her life. She has gone for private space. And how do you know that these are couple? Actually, they may be having extramarital relation also. Yeah. So not every good looking couple is a couple actually. And absolutely okay to like loneliness. For me, for initially I used to, I think still, okay. The theme wise, I like this painting more. You know, it's better to be lonely. It's better to be alone than being surrounded by betrayals. Okay, it is better to that. Someone who shows you that this person loves you and everything, and at the end deceives you, takes advantage of you, takes advantage of your money, yeah? And then shows true color when you need, not there when you need. Yeah, just only good times. Bad times, this person is not there. Not good. This is a good time, good evening. That person is there. How do you know this person is not there? So it's better to have be alone than to have people who betray. Suma has Lieutenant Colonel Suma has asked, and okay, now this is Suma teacher. So Suma has asked a question: if somebody is not interested to marry, how can we make him marry? Actually, you should not. So I would convince this person not to marry. I tell you, 2 years back, I had a girl, 25 or 26, 32, I don't know, whatever is right. She looked young, beautiful, and everything. She looked outwardly good and good family and everything, good background. I mean, cultural and all those seemingly. So parents are like, she's not ready to marry. So I said, okay, I will talk to her, get them connected, get me. Yeah. So I will take 2 sessions. So one session started. At the end of the session, I told her she should not marry because first 30 minutes she told me that why she doesn't want to marry. She said she wants to like have promiscuous relationship with boys. She wants to go out late night pubs. She wants to continue drinking. She wants to come home late. She doesn't like her parents asking her question. And she would like this to continue after marriage. The husband cannot question why you came late. Husband cannot question why you came drunk, why you went to pub late night, why you are wearing small clothes, why you were this boy, why you didn't come in the night. I was like, yeah, actually, he should not be questioning you. And you should not marry actually as of now. You are not ready. And if you think you should marry, then that you should accept that person also. The other person will do be promiscuous, bring girls at your home, sleep in your own bed, and everything. Then you will not accept. So she said, "No, I will not accept." So I, after that 1 hour session, 1 hour I talked to her parents and I convinced her completely. You should not marry this girl. She is not spoiling her life by not marrying, but if she marries, she will spoil another complete family. Yeah, divorce is a very difficult scenario in India. You are not in Thailand. So one time I met one girl, maybe she was exactly 30 years. I remember this. Yeah, in Thailand, a few years back, and just while talking, so she just asked, "Are you married?" I said, "Yeah." This is your which marriage? I said, "As of now, this is first only." She said, "It's my fifth." I said, "Oh, you look very young." She said, "Yeah, I'm 30 only." So that was a cultural shock to me. I asked, like, is it so easy to get married and get divorced in Thailand? She said, "Yeah, very easy." Yeah. So by the time she reached 30, it was fifth. And she put the concept that most of the women in Thailand are like this. So then I met one woman, maybe last year. So she was in 40. I just asked her randomly, "Hey, this is which marriage?" Okay. So I thought this is a common question there. So this is which marriage? She said, "Hey, what?" So I was like, "No, this is my first marriage. This is your which marriage?" So she said, "No, this is also first." "Why? In India, do you have multiple marriages?" I said, "No. But in Thailand, you have 5 marriages before you reach 30." She said, "No." So that girl was crazy probably. She had 5 marriages before 30 and she was trying to project is that is common in Thailand. Yeah, maybe 1, 2, 3 marriages sufficient here. Come on. After that, you are already dead. In India, first marriage only kills you. Second marriage, you don't have stamina for that. You decide to be then. Yeah, they will better. First marriage, you decide. This is, oh, it's so much trauma that painting is. Yeah. So much traumatized by the marriage that even this is also okay. Upside down, lonely is better than this. Yeah. So it happens. Yeah. Because problem is getting married is easy, but having divorce is very difficult in India. Ha, you are very bad people. You are laughing at the people misery and enjoying it. So bad. Monsters, you are narcissists, sociopaths, psychopath people. Yeah. Very good. And you are being like this. Yeah, I think so. People are watching you. They are waiting. Any question anyone ask? Any question, please ask. Even if it is your personal question, foolish question, silly question, anything okay. I will answer very sincerely. You can write in the private chat. I will not disclose your name. Not in WhatsApp, in this. I will ignore this question because it comes from a person who is not married this age. And so probably you are trying, this question is for you to convince yourself that what you're doing is right. It is your own choice. No one cares actually what you do. Yeah. Now, in India, it is a social norm to get married. If you see in some of the countries, not everyone gets married, and not everyone dies married because 50% divorce rate. Yeah. So it's not that everyone stays married. Yeah. And in many of the countries, divorce is easier than marriage actually because of the cultural laws and all those things. So now, if you're trying to prove yourself that what you're doing is right, but not marrying, so that is up to you. No one cares. But if you ask whether are we happy to see you unmarried, no, we are not happy. We want you to screw your life also. So do the same mistake what we did. Get married fast. Now it is time to spoil things. So we are always waiting for you to do that. Probably that is a tendency which. Yeah. Now, if you're not married, you are not financially independent, you are not being taken care, that's not a good idea. Okay. There are some women who sacrifice their, like, they don't marry or they divorce for career growth, financial independence, but they are doing very poor jobs. Not good then. Yeah. If now, obviously, there are some people who are not able to marry because they had certain responsibilities, financial responsibility, family responsibility, parents' illness. It's absolutely acceptable. But whenever someone wants to get married, that option is always there. There is always a market. Whatever is your age is 50, there is always a person who is waiting at the age of 50 to accept you and marry. Remember this. So it is not late to get married, okay? There is always a market for this. If you don't want children, there is always a person who also doesn't want children and ready to marry you. If you are a bipolar disorder, there is always a schizophrenic person who is ready to still, yeah. If you are a bad human being, there is always a monster ready to still marry you. So, and sometimes there is always a good person also still fully to marry you. Yeah. So don't worry about that. If it is late, there is no late in marriage. If it is, there is early in the marriage. So what is early in the marriage? You are not, you have dreams. You wanted to study, you wanted to earn something, you wanted to reach one level, you got married. Everything got broken. Your dreams, your career broken. Now, what is the problem with the marriage, early marriage? This girl, she cannot take certain steps to rise to a particular level. And after 15 years break, 10 years break, to rise and come back again, it's difficult now. Okay. Someone versus, so imagine a girl, 23, 24 years, she finished her MBA, she was expected to get 10 lakh rupee per year salary. Suddenly she gets married because of certain things, pregnancy, all those. She couldn't pursue her career or maybe pursue very short time. Now, if she decides to come back after 15 years, that is very difficult. But imagine another girl, 28 years. She got married at 28 years. She had around 4 or 5 years experience, was getting a decent salary, 1 lakh per month, 12 lakhs, 15 lakhs per annum. And she has in a resume. She took a break, even same time, 10, 15 years. And now that will be easier for her to come back. And she would have some maturity actually. But there is always a time to spoil things. Get married. Yeah, we don't like you to be happy so much. Just enjoying the happy relationship. Time has come, Sushila, to spoil things. Do it. So Charu, whose question is, she has one client, and this client has the husband is very controlling. Okay. This now controlling husband, you need to understand two aspects here. Okay. So there are people who are personality whose leadership quality is authoritative. Their style is authoritative. They behave like that in their office. Same way they behave at their home. It may be because of their parenting style. It may be because they have the low self-esteem. It may be because that is their personality style, whatever is the reason. Now you need to understand, is this person like this only with everyone? Then it is okay. Now, while being controlling, is this person so much controlling you that taking control of your life and everything? You need to ask. So you need to understand both the aspects. Okay. Is this person narcissist? Is this person manipulative, gaslit, controlling you? Okay. Second aspect is, do you feel small things to be controlling? You come from a family where your parents were so much controlling to you, you were like so much suffocated. And then one day you moved out of your home, either for studies, job, or after marriage. And you thought, now finally, right? The prison is, you are released from the prison. Suffocation is gone. But even small thing, you feel that you are being controlled. So there is a good possibility for that. So you have to think in both aspects. Huh? Whatever it is, either way, this experiential psychotherapy neuroplasticity will help you improve it. You are attending already. You can attend the Sunday classes. Then you can do it on your client. Not in India. That last statement. At least we come from poor Orthodox family, my dear. Very small thinking. Any question anyone has? This couple activity book, it had around 100 couple activities, less than 100 actually, previous edition. The new edition that will come this month, it will have 300 couple activities. So you will get it, okay? Anyone has any question? I want you for next time to bring some case studies, okay? Then for that case study, we will do relate pillar test. For that case study, we will do couple activities. So that becomes a very good learning. Yeah, every one of you will do that. That case study can be real thing from your life or your relative or your client. No need to disclose from where this case study is coming from. We understand that it is coming from your own life. If something happened between you and your spouse, 6 months have gone and you are still having flashbacks of it, you are having PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Yeah. If you had certain events, you are having nightmares, you are undergoing PTSD. All those clients who have abusive relationship or they have come out of their previous relationship, always tell them second life story. Yeah. So visit the website secondlife.org.in, read the home page. They will be able to relate something. Yeah. The previous person tried to scar you for your life. But they failed. So how do you prove that they failed? By doing something good with your life, not to prove them, but to heal your scars. So read secondlife.org.in, and if you wish to publish your story, if your client wishes to publish their story, you can encourage them to publish the story on secondlife.org.in. Yeah. So if you are fighting, you are learning something, you are trying to come back, that itself is a second life. Yeah. There are some people who are still alive in their marriage. I mean, surviving their marriage, and their marriage is surviving, whatever, because of their children sacrifice family. That itself is a second life story. Husband is a hopeless case, and they are still keeping this husband. They are not disposing him off. That itself is a second life story. But if you are trapped with such husband, take maximum benefit of that husband. Don't try to prove yourself independence. You should take 10 times his money and grow further. Yeah. Maybe have a secret account. So don't try to prove your independence here. The objective is to do something. Yeah. Remember that story. So you beyond the wall. So people should see and they should realize who is the real. Very good. Sushila has asked a question: when a couple wants to separate out, what is our role? If the couple wants to separate out, they go to the lawyer, but they do not negotiate the terms. So the lawyer will say you go to marriage counselor, or court orders them go to marriage counselor first. Yeah, there is a cooling period in India, 6 months, and mandatory marriage counseling before divorce during this cooling period. So this couple may come to you for either marriage counseling trying to patch up, or marriage counseling so that they can negotiate their terms, separate out smoothly, or to negotiate their terms, whatever they want. Yeah, so that it proceeds. So you cannot go to the court and fight on certain things. Both the parties are fighting. The judge is like, hey, get out. What do you want? You finalize what do you want. Yeah, both will have to compromise. It's not that one person is going to compromise. Okay. Example of terms. How much money who will give you? Child custody. Who will bear the education? How many days child will stay where? The name of the child. Access to the child. Division in the property, alimony. And don't assume that only women get the alimony. Huh? No, husband can also take the alimony. Husband can also demand alimony. There are multiple manipulative things that can happen. I had one client, she was a wife of a very affluent person, okay, maybe a multi-crore party, and completely crackpot. I didn't understand till the end, till the now, what was her problem, but she was filing for divorce. Okay, she did that, and she started using the lawyers, all those tactics for taking the money. This person, this husband was ready to pay her 5 CR, but she was like, no, I will take 20 CR. And for 20 CR, she was continuing her battle for 4 years. During this battle, she had certain career opportunities. She had some other earning opportunities, but to show on the paper that she's not earning, she missed that. After 4 years, then court decided that this woman should not get anything at all because there is not a single claim she puts on the husband, which is true. What she's doing divorce is for the money only. Okay. So she did not get anything and she got divorced without new husband, without new job, without any financial freedom. Okay. The husband got another wife, fresh, young, okay. So that is a serious issue. Yeah. Now there can be a different story also. So husband does something wrong, the wife takes the alimony and or maybe not does something wrong, the wife puts wrong allegations and gets because she has a plan to get married to someone else. That also happens in the market. That is why it is very important as a marriage counselor, you will not share your results because you don't know what manipulation is going on. Yeah. So never share the test results or even blank test also with the client. Don't share them. Yeah. Because it is going to misuse. So all the manipulations it happen in the market. Okay. You are a good person. You do not know all those manipulations. So when you start managing the clients, seeing the clients, you will realize that word is such a bad place. Done? Any question anyone has? Should we stop? Yeah, we'll meet on Sunday for psychodynamic experiential psychotherapy and Tuesday for psychology counseling. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a great time. Take the benefit of these platforms. Art for fun, Second Life, Art to Peba. Okay. Thank you.